Guys, check this out. Look how freaking cool. Oh my goodness. You gotta see this. Look what I got. Look what I got. It just came in the mail. Let me cover my address up. Do you have any idea what this is? This is super cool. Okay. This is called Shampoo Ginger. It's a plant. These are rhizomes that you plant, right? And they're typically grown in like zone 8 through 10. I'm in zone 7A, but you could still grow them in, in colder climates, you know what I mean? That's not in between zone 8 and 10. For instance, I'm in zone 7A. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant it in a container. And then during like late fall, well, like between fall, like when it starts to get cold, I'm going to bring it inside. And like what you do is you cut the rest of the plant off and then you bring in the pot and then you just keep it in your house until spring, early spring. And then you bring it back out and then you just, you know what I mean? You just water it less during the time that it's, when you're wintering it, you know what I mean? So, but look how cool. It's just the rhizomes right now, obviously, but super cool. I'm going to show you what it looks like. But it's actual shampoo. It's a plant. And they grow these cool little red cone things that look like, kind of like, I'll just show them to you. And you squeeze it and the sap that comes out, there's this like clear stuff that comes out of it, and you milk it like a cow, right? You just like you just squeeze like the cone part, the red part, and like all this goo comes out, and you can put it in a container, and you could use it like Native Americans used to use it all the time, or still do, obviously, but as shampoo, and it's an organic shampoo, it's a natural shampoo, and it's really good for your hair, very healthy for your hair, helps your hair grow and everything else, and it's a natural shampoo. Um, you all know I love plants. But look, there's 3 rhizomes here. Oh wow, it looks like she gave me more. And these rhizomes can even be divided. Yeah, look, she gave me, there's 4 here, but I can even cut these up. She gave me more. It was supposed to only be 3, which is really cool. Like I can cut this up in between each node, and I put this in the ground. You blade it on sideways. It's actually still a little moist. You put this little rhizome in the ground, and they grow this cool plant. I can actually make this into way more. I'm not going to. I don't need that many ginger plants, shampoo gingers. But this is what it looks like. They're super cool. Now, it's a pretty plant. Like you'll see the green leaves, but the first time, the only thing is like I'm not sure if I'll end up getting any of the shampoo this year. And this is what you want to squeeze, and you squeeze like this red cone here, and you squeeze it, you milk out like the juice, the shampoo out of it. You get a like a mason jar, put it in the mason jar, and what's cool about this is this will keep, this flour will stay there even after you milk it, so to speak. You know what I mean? You don't want to cut the flour off. You could and then extract the juice that way, but you don't want to do that, because if you keep the plant intact and you just milk it, you know what I mean, pretty much, you just squeeze it out, that the flour will grow more, will get more of the sap. So it's like it's like your own cow. It's like your own shampoo cow, pretty much. But that's what it looks like. It looks like a those little cone things, like a pine cone sort of, but it's softer. And apparently they smell really good. I've never seen one in real life, but I love plants and I love everything organic and natural. So I think it's so awesome. I'm excited. Now, you're not guaranteed to get flowers your very first time, but it looks like she's already, yeah, I don't know. So, you know what I mean? We'll see. But if not, by next year, I'll definitely have my own shampoo ginger, either this year or next year. And apparently they grow pretty vigorously, quickly and everything, like so, which is good. What you want to do is soak it for 10 minutes in water. You don't have to, but to give it a better, like a better chance, you know what I mean? You just want to, soak them in the water for like a room temperature water for like 10 minutes, then well drainage soil, okay? And these are tropical plants, are used like the tropics and stuff. But you want the well drained soil and mixed with organic matter, leaves. You can use like leaves, grass, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You can even use scrappings like your fruit. You can put fruits in like and stuff like that, the skins and whatnot in there. So this way it's organically getting its feed without having to use any chemicals for, fertilizer and stuff. You could still use regular fertilizer, but you know what I mean? You could use like fertilizer and stuff, but like you want to because it's going to be going on your, if you're going to actually use it for the shampoo and whatnot, and like for moisturizer and whatnot, you want it to be completely organic. You know, you don't want it. That's the whole point of this. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you could just like save your fruit like scraps, like the watermelon, the outside of your watermelon, your peels and stuff like that. Put it in there. You can even put like, tomatoes, stuff like that, like your scraps and stuff. You can just put right in there, or you could use leaves and stuff like that to feed it. That's what feeds the plant. But that's super cute, super cool, pretty neat. I like that. It's already got, some of them got roots. See this one here. See, I could even break this in half. See how there's like two chunks here? I could break this in half and I have one here and have one here. But I was going to put this one right in there like that. I can break these into a couple, which is really cool. It's like, for instance, look at this little tiny one. And I could break this one up too. See, this one's even, the smallest one has the most roots. But I could break this up. There's no to here, there's no to here. I can break that up and break it up. I can have a bunch of them that grow very quickly, very vigorously. But super cool. You could, and if you're in like any, if you're in out of zone 8 through 8 and 10, like if you're in zone 7A like me, or like a quarter climate, what you could still keep it outside over the winter. What you just want to do is get, like, you have to what's the word called? I'm so excited. I can't even think of the you want to insulate it. Okay, so you would want to get like cardboard, put cardboard down, cut down the plant. You know what I mean? You want to cut down the plant, like the green, everything that's green, cut that down. Leave like 2 inches, maybe 2 to 5 inches of the of the stems up, like cut it down so there's like only 2 to 5 inches at most of the stems, and then get a cardboard, put cardboard down, and then you can get like mulch or something like that, a bunch of it, and have a huge pile of it so that it'll keep it warm and dormant. Or if you're like planting it outside, not if you have it in a bucket. If you have it in like a planter, no, bring it. You have to bring it in. It will freeze, and if the roots get frozen, yeah, you don't want to kill the plant. So, but if you have it buried in the ground, you could either insulate it and keep it warm that way, or you can even just go in, because it's like a plant, like a for the rhizome. You just go in, dig the rhizome out, which is perfectly fine. Bring this rhizome inside and go plant it back outside next year. You know what I mean? And that's fine. So if you're interested in it, and if you're out of zone, if you're somewhere out of zone 8 through 10, you can still do it. Okay. I would suggest, I would suggest, sorry, why can't I talk? I would suggest that you just get like a 5-gallon bucket. All right, so you have plenty of room, and put it inside. You want to do it like 2 inches deep. You know what I mean? Again, mixed with well drained soil, and also organic matter, leaves, grass, fruits and vegetables, like scrappings, stuff like that. Okay. I'm not saying like do not use meat scrappings, like just like your vegetables, like the scrappings from your fruit, or your fruit. You know what I mean? Mainly like peels and stuff like that. That will do very well. And just put that in there and mix it in with that well drainage soil, and about 2 inches deep. You want to have this on its side. So if you can see where the roots are, see how these roots are right here? That's a root right there. So you want to have that roots facing down on its side. Okay, and then it'll grow its way right up, and you'll have some cool ginger. And if you don't give up on it too, because depending on the where you are and the temperatures and everything else, it might take a little bit longer for it to sprout. Just do not give up on it. Okay, I've heard of a lot of people trying this, and they want to give up on it, and all of a sudden out of nowhere it's brewed, like it ended up like springing up way later than what they thought. So do not give up on it. It will take as long as you didn't do something completely wrong, it will take, or there wasn't something wrong with the rhizomes. But if you're interested in this, I got it off of Etsy for very cheap. It's this is the seller right here. It was from Puerto Rico. It came from Puerto Rico. It was very quick shipping too. Where is the seller? It's called Tropical Nature on Etsy. Right here. If you want to go on Etsy and buy it, and it's really cheap. It's only $9 for 3 of them. See? Shampoo Ginger for 3 of them for $9. It's very cheap, and it's really cool. And again, all you want to do is when you see this cone and you see the clear substance, you can just YouTube shampoo ginger and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's really neat. And apparently it smells really, really good and it's really good for your hair. And you could use that as like a moisturizer too for your skin. If you have dry skin and whatnot, it'll work for that as well. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You just milk it, and again, like I said, don't cut the comb, like don't cut the flour down. You could, but I would just suggest you keep the flour there because again, it'll keep pushing out more of the shampoo, and you just keep milking it like a cow. You know, and you just come out and literally grab it. What you want to do is grab from the bottom and squeeze from the bottom up, and like have a mason jar, for instance. Okay, say this is the shampoo. Say my lighter. It's probably not a good idea. Make sure it's off. Okay, it's off. But so you have a jar here, right? You have a mason jar right here. What you want to do is just grab it from the bottom and squeeze it up and and pull into the mason jar. You know what I mean? From the like from where the stem is, right here. There's a stem. You put your hand right here and you just squeeze it. Oop, you squeeze it and from like the top, and it'll keep coming out. And if it breaks off, it'll grow more. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's just like this is what it looks like. Yeah, I was just gonna say the leaves. It's just like green leaves. You know what I mean? So it's pretty neat. And if you don't get shampoo the first time, don't worry. It will come the next year. All right. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to show you guys. It's super cool. Yeah. I hope I'm inspiring some people to want to get more into gardening and planting and organic stuff and getting in touch with Mother Nature and all of its amazing benefits that that she gives us every day. Praise the Lord. All right, guys. Have a good day. God bless.